Ever since I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, I really have started to think about what are some specific workouts that people with autoimmune diseases can do. But to preface this video, I want to say that I know so many incredible women who have autoimmune diseases and who have done bodybuilding competitions and who work out quite often and quite intensely. So having an autoimmune disease does not necessarily limit you to certain exercises. It just really depends on where you are with your exercise and with your pain in your body. So I just wanted to mention that because, hey, you might not want to do a bodybuilding competition. There's really no limit for people who have autoimmune diseases. So I want to put that out there. The only limit is the one that you place on yourself. There's a couple suggestions that I have here and recommendations that I'm going to go over, but I want you to keep in mind that you really want to ease your way into exercising. Let's say if you haven't exercised for a while, like maybe before you exercised a lot, but you had to stop because you weren't feeling well. So you need to ease yourself back into it. So what I mean by that is, let's say, there's an exercise move that calls for 15 reps and you can only do 5, then do 5 and progress from there. Don't push yourself too hard. So it's like a balance, don't push yourself too hard and also don't limit yourself. So primarily I recommend lower impact body weight exercises. So basically those would be your push-ups or squats and those things. And if you wanted to, you could add weights. So you could add light weights 1 to 5 pounds. Okay. And you can also add resistance bands depending on your strength levels. With body weight exercises, you can do modifications. So for example, if you're doing a push-up and you can't get on your toes, for that, you can do it on your knees. Or if your joints really hurt, you can do push-ups against the wall, for an example of a modification that you can do. So always realize that you can do modifications and don't feel defeated if you can't do the actual push-up yet, because you're going to progress and get there. Also, stretching is really underrated, and a lot of these exercises that I'm going to list after this is really underrated because I think this is actually beneficial for everybody, but you can do dynamic or static stretches, and doing those every day can really help you release a lot of the tension in your body. Yoga also does that too, which is really, really important because somebody who has autoimmune disease tends to suppress a lot of emotions and trauma into their body, and it needs to be released. So stretching is a really great way to do that. Another thing that's really great is walking, and walking is always underrated, I think, because people think it's all about intensity. I was bedridden in the hospital for 2 months, and I had to be pushed around in a wheelchair, learning to walk back in the hospital. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna walk, because I was like, I don't want to do anything else. I would try to do yoga, but it was just really difficult. So I just walked. And I would just go out and walk every single day. And I know with people with lupus, they're afraid of the sun sometimes because we're a little sensitive. So SPF, put on a hat, wear your long sleeve clothes and go out there. That's probably the simplest exercise for people who have autoimmune diseases. And lastly, I think that dancing is a really great way too, because you can go and take a class. Obviously don't do too much jumping, or also just turn on some music and dance. The most important thing is not just about exercising like the gym, or it's about you finding ways to move your whole body so you can prevent your blood and your energy from getting stagnated inside your body. I haven't actually taught a workout class in a while, so if you're interested in me teaching an online low impact and stretching workout, I can definitely try to do that, or I can record more videos, or even try to go live. I've never gone live on TikTok before, but let me know and comment below if that's something of interest to you.